Hi, everyone. This is our sixth week of 6 Weeks to Success. I'd like to welcome you and thank you to the participants for getting on so we can have some interaction for sure. Okay, let's share the screen and get rolling. We have Chris and Judy, and we have Sharon with us. Okay. I'm thinking I might need a new computer. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. And I'm going to put you all up here so I can look at you the right way and not all cockeyed. Okay. All right, 6 Weeks to Success, week number 6. You made it. Week 6 is here. So far, we have learned you've got to increase your product knowledge in order to maximize your sales and your bookings. What's something that each one of you has learned about the products that you have now that you didn't know before? Does anybody have a tip for each other, to share with each other?
About the products.
About the products. Anything? No? Okay.
Your mind goes blank when you ask.
I know. I'm sitting here going,
Well, if you remember something later, let me know. You learn that your belief decides what you believe you can and cannot do, and that your brain can be retrained, right?
Yes.
You've learned how to talk to people out and about and how to book parties at your shows and words to say it both. Have you found that you're bolder out when you're out and about and at your shows? Anybody feel any different there?
I'm really trying to be. I really pushed myself a few times out of my comfort zone.
Good. That's awesome. How about you, Judy? Any different?
No, not really. Just about doing the same as handing out, the little mini books and getting information.
All
I've
right.
been doing a lot of vendor shows the last few weeks.
Okay, good. Well, don't forget to follow up with that. You've learned that your passion shines through and can completely influence purchases and bookings of parties. Karen, you had a phenomenal month last month. What was it, 7,000 in sales?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think you've done differently? Anything that you can pinpoint?
Well,
Bless you.
well, number one, I had more shows. So I had actively worked hard to try and, book more shows
Okay.
to get that. But let's see, I'm trying to look back. Some of it I know was more host coaching than anything. And it's just simply being more consistent. And that's where I have difficulty most often. I know the things to do, but when I get busy with certain things, I kind of let things slip and slide. And so I'm not as thorough as I should be, but I tried to be more focused this time with a lot of it. So we had some good groups and then also just had several, actually only about 3 catalog shows, but they were significant as well, some of them. So
Good.
most of it was coaching, staying in touch with the host.
Yeah, it really is the most important thing we can do. And that's number 5. You've learned that you have to host coach effectively to keep your sales high, your bookings at every party, and a consistent pool of leads. You've learned that your skills will make a huge difference in every party when you know your product and you sell your product. When you know what to say, you know how to respond to objections and turn maybes into yeses. Coaching is where you earn your paycheck and the party's where you pick it up. So congratulations on that, Sharon. You've done a really great job. Now, have you been able to book shows from those parties into November and December?
Yeah, some of them have been for November and December. Actually, I've got 3 for January already.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I've got 10 for November.
Oh, wow. Good for you. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Do you guys know about, I talked today on a couple different phone calls about the cookie party. Do you guys know about that?
I got into the very tail end of that. I didn't hear it all.
It's made with sugar cookie dough, and it's a class, and you have people bring 4 tubes of sugar cookie dough and a big bowl, and you also assign each person that comes to the class a type of cookie. So in other words, one person brings a lemon and dried blueberries for lemon blueberry cookies. Another person brings raspberry extract and white chocolate chips for raspberry chocolate cookies. Somebody else brings, like toffee bits. Somebody else brings chocolate chips and oatmeal. There's a whole list on PC Team Training for the different types of cookies, for the ingredients, and everybody goes home with about 120 cookies. And it just depends on how many people are there, how many different types you have, And what's really neat about it is everybody mixes what they were assigned with their cookie dough in the bowl that they bring, and they pre-order a sheet pan, the large sheet pan and the small stainless steel scoop. And what they do is they make the little balls. Everybody makes 120 balls, puts them in the sheet pan, and then they go around the table and they each take so many cookies, and they go home and they put them in their freezer. So they're ready to go when they want to have company, or when the kids come home from school, you can have some warm cookies. When you need a cookie tray, and it's just really easy and simple. We did it a couple of years ago. There was like 23 of us, John Johnson's house. We had a ball. It's really easy to do. Tina did them last year, did 1 or 2 last year, and this year she's got over 4. I think she just said she's got her 5th one going.
Wow.
The first week and a half of December. And it's just really great because people are loving it. And she says you'd think that all of them would taste like sugar cookie base, but it really doesn't once you put the other ingredients in. It's really something.
And you said this is on the training site?
It is. It's on PC Team Training. Remember, the password is Dream17, capital D.
Where's
That's
it located?
Pardon me?
Where's it located?
I would recipes? Probably theme shows. Just search cookie show. Okay. All right. So it's a great way to add some things onto your calendar, and you can let people know. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So they're not actually baking cookies there at all? You're just mixing them and taking them home?
Yep. Everybody takes their sheet pan filled with cookies home, and then they freeze them, and you can either put them in separate bags after they're frozen with the label on the outside, or you can just take a couple from use them up row by row. And but Tina and I've done it. Like I said, I did it 2 years ago, and it was really fun, easy. So this person brings a couple kinds of sprinkles, this one brings almonds. You'd be surprised at all the different ones you can make, and just super easy and super effective. And if you use the big rolls of sugar cookie dough, then it's 2.5 tubes of the big rolls, or it's 4 tubes of the regular size. So just wanted to give you guys that.
Are there recipes for those? I mean, I know you suggested some, but are the recipes also like for different varieties of them posted on our team site?
Yes, it's all on there. Tina was supposed to load the new, she updated the show. So it's all the different types of cookies are on there and the different ingredients, so you can assign. So if you've got 6 people coming, you're going to pick your 6 favorites and ask each person to bring one, the ingredients to make one kind of cookie. Okay. So then you'll have 6 different kinds. So then you'll have 20 of each. All right. If you have 10 people, you'll have 12 of each, etc. Okay. All right, you learn that recruiting is just a conversation. You learn that you can do an interview live with your recruiting cards, over Zoom with the PowerPoint presentation, or over the phone with 7-question recruiting, haven't you? And you learn that we're still building your skills. I've been doing this 31 years and I'm still a student. I hope I never ever think I know it all, okay? Because that's the wrong attitude to have. But there's always something new to learn and always some way to grow, right? You've learned that the fortune is in the follow-up, and to build good customer relations, you simply must do the 2 by 2 by 2. 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months customer care calls. And remember to tell them at the show or at the virtual party, put my number in your phone. It really makes a difference, you guys. It really, really does. You know the words to say to each customer, whether on the phone or in person, and you found out, if you actually made the calls this week, that they love to hear from you. Consider not asking for a booking until the 2-month call and see what happens. Just give good customer service on the 2-day and the 2-week call, and you'll be amazed at what will happen for sure. So do you have any questions on making customer care calls? And do you feel prepared to be able to do it easily? Do you have any questions?
I had a question. I know that you've talked about many times the putting your contact in the phone at your shows. But I seem to remember you saying something about a kind of turning into a game.
Yep.
What have you done with that? You asked them to.
I let them know. I said, we're going to play a real quick game. I want everybody to pull out their phones, go to contacts, add Pampered Chef in the first name, and put Nancy Jo in the last name. And here's the number. So if you ever need me, if you ever need a recipe, if you ever need an idea for one of your gatherings when you have your friends or family over, I want it to be at your fingertips. And we all know that no one answers a call that they don't have in their contact list. So I'd love to be in your contact list so I can give you good customer service. So when you say that like that, and just say that, you know, I want to give you some personalized service after the show tonight, because I'm not going to be able to tell you tips and ideas about every product that you purchase. So I want to be able to do that personally and say thank you. So please answer my phone call, you know, when it comes through, and you'll see that it's Pampered Chef Nancy Jo.
But didn't you say once?
Yeah, and then what I do is say, okay, now here comes the game part.
Okay.
First one who calls me is going to receive a free gift or receive a gift, okay? And it's a season's best, Sharon, okay? And then tell them you want them to go to their Facebook account and let people know that you're at a Pampered Chef show, and does anyone need anything?
That's what I wasn't remembering. Okay.
And the first person that brings an order in is also going to receive a free gift or a thank you gift. Okay. And then if somebody said, you know, if somebody has 3 or 4 people, that's a perfect candidate to have a show. Okay. Someone else at the director meeting just shared 2, or I'm one of the phone, I've been on like 4 phone calls in the past 48 hours, so you'll forgive me. They said to pass an Pampered Chef invitation out to every single person at the show and to put their address on there. And if there's any classes that they're interested in, put that also on the card. And then when you need to have, you know, 5, 6 people come to a class, you've got the address, you've got the invitations already ready to go. And you can put, and if they're interested in more than one class, give them more than one invitation. Okay, isn't that a great idea?
Cool.
Yeah. So, and then if you want to come to another Pampered Chef show, if you didn't get to order everything on your list tonight, you can let me know, and I'll make sure you're invited to the next show from this group. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. But I really like the class idea with the postcard. I think that's awesome. And then you can just keep them in a little card file when you get home. And you can put cookie class, you can put cool and serve salad bar, you can put one pot meals, you can, you can
Right.
put, and then as soon as you have enough people, give them a
Yeah,
call or
that's
and then send them out. Okay. All right. Did anybody make any customer care calls this week?
I'm sorry, I was too busy doing shows.
That's a great excuse, Sharon. I like that.
I had 3 this weekend, so.
Good for you. Good for you. That's working it. This really is harvest time. And what I was saying to the consultants last night on the phone is that, let your family know that you're going to work extra at this time of year because this is harvest time. And that, you're going to be taking 2.5, 3 weeks off between the holidays, from around the 14th or 15th of December till the first few days of January. And so, let them know that you're going to be all theirs, but for a short time, you're going to work really hard to get that extra in and to set up your next year. Because this time of year really does set up 2018.
Yes.
So work really hard on getting those extra bookings on. And at the very least, the January shows, if someone just really won't do it. Although this year, Thanksgiving is really early. And a lot of people, including myself, I always decorate the weekend after Thanksgiving. Other people are out shopping. I'm decorating. And so I love having my house all decorated, and then I want to have my cousins, my girlfriends over. I want to have our friends that are couples, and I want to do some entertaining. I don't want to wait till Christmas Eve. So give people permission to let me be the excuse that you gather. And how about if we have a wine, cheese, and chocolate show? That's really popular. Or have a cookie class. Or, this cooking class is super easy to have too. And someone said that they were doing bourbon and bites for couples. Okay. And then someone else was saying that they were doing a beer and appetizer show with different types of crafted beers. And of course, that came from the Wisconsin group. All right. Okay. All righty. So let's see. Today we're going to discuss calendar management and personal discipline. All right.
And I just got a new calendar.
Oh, yay. Good, good, good. That, I tell you what, my calendar is my friend. I do a paper calendar, and I always do the week at a glance that also has the month with lines. I think it's really important for me anyway to have the month. And what I mean by that is a month that has the lines in the day. Otherwise, I scribble over the whole, I'll write, instead of writing on the line and being able to put 4 things in there, I write over the whole square. Okay. So it's a little thing, but I've learned that it's really important for me to do it that way. And this way, all my hours are broken down by 15-minute increments. And again, you'd be amazed at what you can get done in 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And when you're running around, like I had 2 hours this afternoon, I went and ran 3 errands after my phone calls and before this call. So needless to say, it's amazing when you stay focused and when you stay organized, what you can get done. All right. So, and I find that when, I remember Whitney Stevens, Grey's Anatomy, she would make Grey's Anatomy phone calls. She would say to her friends, hey, are you watching Grey's Anatomy? Me too. So we know that during commercial time, we know we have 4 minutes. I'm booking the end of November. Do you have any availability? I mean, it was just hysterical. We had a t-shirt made up that was Grey's Anatomy coaching calls or host calls or customer care calls, something like that. It was hysterical. We were laughing so hard. But she would say, okay, it's ready to come on. I'll call you tomorrow with the dates I'm available. So it worked. It worked. So you've spent the last 6 weeks of your life learning how to be an awesome consultant. But if you don't put it all together into a plan and actually do it, you've just wasted 6 hours of your time. Don't you agree?
Mhm.
Some people just talk through life. They talk, and life is over. Some people walk through life. They walk, and they arrive at their destination. I love that. I love that. We have to walk the talk. We have to do what we're going to say. So here's a self-assessment checklist. Let's do a little introspective look into ourselves. Okay. Am I walking the talk? Do my hosts ever have to call and ask me for anything? If they're calling and asking you for something, think about whether you could have reached out to them first with a customer care call. Am I punctual to my host's home, team meetings, trainings? This sends a message that my life is more important than your invested time. Get to your shows at least 30 to 45 minutes in advance. Anything less than that is just not professional. And it says leave quickly at the end of the party. I personally do my dishes at the party, all right? I'll let people know I'm going to clean up for just a few minutes while you're eating and while you're browsing the catalog, and then we're going to do shop and share. And what that means is that I want you to think about and find your favorite product in our catalog so you can share it with your friends. And what I do is I have hot soapy water ready to roll. I put my dishes, or I have everybody bring their dirty dishes, put them in the sink of hot soapy water, put the knives on the side. I go and do shop and share, and then I rinse off those dishes. But if it's hot enough water, 1, 2, 3, those dishes are done, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you how many people have come up alongside of me, helping me rinse my dishes and asking me questions about the business.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you. And I don't want them to think that my job is hard, and I don't want them to think I'm hauling dirty dishes into my house, okay? I'll say, I'm just going to take 10 minutes and do these dishes while you guys eat. And then you find your favorite product, and I'll be right in there. All right. It is so easy that while those dishes are drying, okay, I go and take all my orders, and I bring my showcase right into the kitchen where the dishes are dripping, and I just put them right into my case. 1, 2, 3, it's done. It's such an easy system, and I don't have to drag anything into my house. I leave my kit right in my car, okay? I throw a towel over it so it stays nice and clean in my trunk, and it's ready to roll, all right? So, pardon me?
I just said, yeah, but I use too many of my dishes in my kitchen.
Oh, do you? Okay. I've got doubles of everything, so maybe,
I don't have a double of the double burner grill pan. Yeah.
Okay. But you can bring one thing in. You can bring a couple things in, but you don't have to bring your whole kit, especially when you're doing a lot of shows, okay? All right, so, you don't want to be the last one out of the party either, but, you don't, you want to make sure that you're available for questions is the most important thing, okay? Am I kind, courteous, quick to resolve issues, truthful, and knowledgeable? This makes people want to work with you again. Just remember that you don't have to know all the answers, okay? When I don't know an answer, I'm very honest with people. I say, you know what, I haven't come across that yet. There's very few things I haven't come across, believe it or not, in 31 years. But I'll say I haven't come across it, or I haven't experienced that yet. Let me find out from you. I've got a great network of people that will help me out with that question. Can I get back to you? And I just write it right on their sales receipt. And then I fold over the corner of any sales receipt that I need to get back to with something, no matter what it is. So that way I know if it's folded corner, I need to resolve something. Mm-hmm. Do my guests or hosts ever say to me, this was the most fun show I've ever been to? You're awesome at what you do. This makes bookings easy and plentiful. But I want you to be careful if you're so good that people are saying you should have your own cable show. Okay. I want you to be careful, because then you're being too good and people aren't seeing themselves trying that apron on. Okay. Do I spend too much time on the on the non-income producing activities. You know what? If you are, don't play office, okay? Schedule at least 3 hours of office work per week on your calendar. And a fun way to keep yourself aligned is to highlight activities using pink for personal, blue for business meetings, orange for office work, green for show dates, okay? Now, business meetings can be a phone call. They can be, your team meeting, whatever it may be, okay? But make sure you're not doing too much office work. I want you to be on the phone making money, okay? Tape a $100 bill to that phone, because is one phone call can mean $100 in your pocket. I'm not kidding. I did that before I had teenagers, okay? Okay, do I procrastinate doing homework, making calls, returning calls, and emails? Again, this sends a message that my time is more important than you. Are my host and recruiting packets clear, concise, clearly labeled, and professional looking? Are you putting wrinkled catalogs or papers in your packets? Is my actual show from start to finish no longer than an hour? You can't go on and on about stuff. Get in, get started, be informative, and get done. Do I start on time as promised? Again, this sends a message to the ones that did arrive on time that your punctuality is not as important as the 3 we're waiting on. And a lot of times, I have, like you guys know how I do a show. I do it around the table, and I'll say, let's get going. We'll catch people up, anyone who needs to, okay? And you know what? I think that's respectful, all right? I usually start within 10 minutes of what we say, the time. I mean, it's almost impossible to say we're going to start at 7 and then start at 7 because people are just arriving. But I try to start within 10 minutes. Do I fumble around during my shows, or do I keep them pretty quick paced, informative, fun, and full of tips? People love the tips. That's probably one of the most important things. Nothing will make a customer tune you out and start flipping through the catalog or start talking to their neighbor like a boring consultant. Do I really make 3 calls or contacts a day? The home office has asked us to make 3 contacts a day while we're out and about, and to use the mini catalogs to hand out to people with your business card. And remember to get their information back. It's really important. Is 50% of my business new business? This is essential to your growth. If you're constantly calling the same 10 people to have parties with you, please stop. They're tired of hearing from you and will start running the other way, okay? At least 50% of your business should come from new people, and 75% would be even better. Keep servicing your 25 with your 222s, but new business is what fuels your business. Call every outside order on a party that's new business because you've never met them before. And if you feel like you're in the same groups, give your host a challenge that says, if you have 5 new people here that I've never met before, I'm going to pay 25% of your whatever, okay, of a 50% off item under $50, okay? That's $12.50, all right? But it sounds like great. You're going to be able to get the deep covered baker for $20, okay? So your kit, personal appearance. Don't wear too tight or revealing clothing. Make sure your hair is pulled back during your show if you have long hair. It says don't wear too much makeup. I haven't seen people go overboard with makeup in a long time. You don't have to be in dress or dress pants, but always one step up from your anticipated crowd. I always just wear black pants and a black shirt. It's the same thing every time. It's my little uniform. Your nails clean, hair clean, teeth clean. I know that sounds ridiculous. Breath fresh, and toes painted if in sandals. It says smell clean. Use a little perfume if you need to, if it's been a long time since your shower. You always have to remember, when people want to do business with you, okay? I know it sounds silly, but you know what? Mary Kay has that rule that you never go out without having your makeup on perfectly. I don't have that rule personally, but I try, and it only takes 5 minutes to put your makeup on. It only takes a little bit to run a comb through your hair, all right? Your kit should be clean and tidy. Nothing says, I'll not be rebooking with you if your tools are dirty, okay? Are they getting dingy or old looking? Maybe it's time to replace them. How old is your kit? Now, I've never had to replace products, so I mean, you really have to be using them a lot to have them be that that old. Okay. Can you be counted on? If you say something or promise something, do you always or most of the time deliver? I can't say I'm 100%. I really do try to deliver more than I promise. Okay. But we're all human also. So do everything you can to be wonderful at what you do. Remember, you're the CEO of your company. Are you the best employee or are you the worst employee? Okay. Self-complacency is fatal to progress. Self-evaluation is hard, but if you see some areas where you're lacking, then you need to reevaluate your priorities if you want to be successful, really at anything, okay? And let me tell you, your kids are watching, all right? They are watching what you're doing, and they are believing what if you can and believe in yourself or if you can't, all right? So our last pillar is will. Skill and will, all right? You can have a ton of skills, and after the series, if you've done your homework, you're gonna have all the skills you need. But if your will isn't there, you've got nothing but chance, and that's not good. I can't make you work, and I can't make you call your hosts. I can't make you follow up punctually with potential recruits. I can't book your parties. I can't make you play with your tools. I can't make you earn a trip. I can't make you be punctual and prompt. I can't make you want to share this business with absolutely everyone you come into contact with, but I can't make you smile at everyone. But if you can, you will, okay? You can if you will, all right? It's all up to you and your will. I love this. I have this little poster. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself and then take the steps you've just learned in the series to make it happen. This isn't magic. I don't have a wand that makes people book, sign, or purchase. I do exactly what I've described to you in these past 6 weeks. And I think the most important thing is to be friendly and treat others like you would want to be treated. The golden rule, guys. That's really all it is. So stop and think, what do I need to stop? What do I need to start? And what do I need to continue? Okay. What's something that you think you need to stop doing? Anybody want to share?
Procrastinating.
Procrastinating. Do you know that most procrastinators are really perfectionists, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we think, and you notice you hear me saying we, because I am a procrastinator. I said, if you had to be organized and not a procrastinator to be in this business, I would have never succeeded, okay? But we don't think we have enough time to get started and doing a good enough job. And so that's why we keep putting it off. We're actually a perfectionist at heart. So that's what I said, those 15 minutes, you'd be amazed at what you can get done.
And the other side is, yes, I don't think I have time to do it all, but when I do try, I go and I start this, but while I'm doing that, I see that, and then I know I need to do that. And I've got like 10 things happening. None of them get finished.
Yeah, multitasking is one of your worst enemies, actually. I was sharing today on a phone call that it's always my goal to be up, dressed, makeup on, all right? And then when I'm making my coffee, I empty my dishwasher.
I do that.
Yeah, and it literally, that's exactly as long as it takes to empty a dishwasher as to the 3.5 minutes it takes to brew a pot of coffee. And then I take a couple sips, I run downstairs and get a load of laundry going. And then at lunchtime, I switch it to the dryer. And when I'm done with my day of work, I go get it and fold it, that night or the next morning, okay, depending on what I'm doing. But I have this little routine. And when I had children, and share this with your consultants that have little ones, to go around the house with a laundry basket and pick up anything that doesn't belong in that room and then go back around the house and put it away. So when they get up in the morning, their house is tidy. Okay, because most people won't get to their work, AKA also known as Pampered Chef, until they have their other little stuff done. Okay, so I try to wake up in the morning with my house tidy, and it doesn't matter how many dishes are in the dish. I mean, if it's not at least, most of the time it's half full. But even if it's only half full, I run the dishwasher because you know what? I want it to be ready for the day, okay? And it's just a routine I started years and years ago, and it's really helped me because I'm not an organized person. I'm not a routine person. I get very, very distracted. I watched a video one time that was on ADD for my son, and I remember looking at my husband and saying, Richie doesn't have it, but I do. You know? I mean, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. So what do you need to start? Is there something you need to start?
Just being more accountable.
Okay. Well, and being on these phone calls, Chris, is one way to do it. And in January, I'm going to be starting with my personal team on doing accountability calls. I've got my directors all set in a nice routine. And now I'm going to be picking out a handful of people that really, really want to do something with their business. I'm going to be there for you guys, okay? So try to get those bookings on the calendar because there will be some requirements with that, okay?
Yep.
I know you can do it.
I know I can too. I just need to do it. That's all.
Yep. And I know you want to do it, Chris. You've been spending lots of times on these phone calls and I know you want to do it. So do it for yourself, okay? Yep. Pretend that it's your real job.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And what do you need to continue? What's something you need to continue? Something, booking shows, Sharon, right? Being consistent.
Mm-hmm. A new team.
A new team. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And it's a new year, and a lot of people will be looking for a way to make some money for the new year, to pay off Christmas, to save for vacation. Maybe they've got a college student happening next September. Make sure you talk to everybody you see, even the people that you don't think might need something, you guys. Over the holidays, you're going to see a lot of people. Ask for referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anybody that needs a night out or maybe needs some extra income? Remember to know your averages, what you average when you go out and do a show. How much money do you make? Do you know? Can that come rolling off your tongue in conversation? It's really important, guys, because it also gives you confidence that what you're doing matters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we talked about something that we need to stop, start, and continue. Okay. Any questions? A great little slide there. Okay. So this week we want you to sit down and self-evaluate. Review the list of 15 items, and I'll put those on the website. Okay, our Facebook page. Commit to changing an area that you feel that you're lacking, okay? And this week, we want you to watch Michael Reeves' video on his top 20 business tips. Michael lost his career sales 9 times and is now a top seller in this company with over $1 million in sales. Write down 20 tips and send them to your director with stars next to the ones you're going to immediately implement. And I know that this is a really busy time of year. I get that. I know that it is. But you know what? I was sharing with somebody when I was coaching them today. They said they really, really want to read more business books. They want to get better at the skills that they need to run a business, okay? They said they've never been to college. They really never worked in a business environment, and they really need to learn. And I said, well, why don't you challenge yourself to 10 pages a day? You guys, 10 pages a day would be 3,650 pages in a year. Do you know how many books that is? It's between 15 and 20 books in a year. Most books are only 150 pages long. Okay, most self-help books. And one of the books that I love, in fact, I love it even more than Take the Stairs, is The Slight Edge. It just talks about doing just a little bit more, being just a little bit better, being just a little bit more friendly, just taking that extra 10 steps that's going to make you a better fill in the blank. Okay.
Kind of like the 212 degree.
That's right. That's right. That 1 degree that makes you boil over. Okay. It's awesome. It's awesome. And if you've never seen that little video, YouTube it. It's just a few minutes long, but it says it's got a powerful, powerful impact. Thanks for bringing that up, Sharon. That's a really great one. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Okay? Just a reminder, be the best you can be by stepping out of your shell. Okay? You know, I really want to thank you so much for working with me for these 6 weeks towards making your business rock. You know, I really appreciate it. And especially all the people that are watching this that are directors, I know that you know this stuff. Hopefully you picked up a few things that you can bring back to your teams. And if you follow all the training I've shared with you, you're going to have no choice but to be successful. I promise. And as this little minion says, thanks a million. I appreciate you guys so much. I know that you have a lot of things you could be doing with this hour. So it blesses me that you're here with me, because it would be no fun talking to a screen of empty people with no faces on there. But does anybody have any questions or anything that they feel since our last class together till the new year? Anything that I wasn't clear on, or?
Nancy Jo?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And have a really blessed holiday with your family. Oh, here's my kitty here. All of a sudden, her head just popped up. She says, "What are you doing?" But have a really blessed holiday, you guys. Enjoy your families. Enjoy all those great tools. And think about all the people that are cooking and having more fun at cooking because of all that you've equipped in their kitchens this year. Okay. And think about all the people you can serve next year. I really encourage you to pray about your business. Okay. Ask the Lord to bless it. Ask the Lord to rain down recruits. Okay. And to put you in connection with people that need you. Okay. That's my prayer. For my personal, that's what I've always prayed. Who can I serve? And who can I be a blessing to? And I pray that for you all as well. But just ask the Lord to really intervene in your business, and He will. He will. But thank you so much, you guys. Be blessed. Tell all your sweethearts I said hello. I know some of them. All right. And we'll see you soon, okay?
All right. Thank you, Nancy Jane.
You're very welcome. Have a great night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Judy. Okay. Now.
Huh?
Okay.